Picture this. Your house has a heated floor vent, a sun-warmed windowsill, a memory foam dog bed that honestly costs more than your own pillow. Your dog ignores all of it. Every night, they climb onto your bed next to your body and settle in like it's the only option on earth. That's strange if you actually stop and think about it, because for a dog, sleep isn't a break from danger, it's the moment they're most exposed to it. So why would any animal wired by millions of years of survival instinct choose to be at its most defenseless right next to you? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your sleeping dog the same way again, and I'll show you the one warning sign almost every owner misses the moment a dog suddenly stops sleeping close to them. Let's start with the excuse most people reach for. It's simple. Dogs like being warm. Beds are warm. Mystery solved. But that explanation collapses the moment you actually test it. Dogs are heat-seeking experts. Give a dog free rein of a house, and they'll find the one patch of carpet still holding afternoon sun, the tile near the dishwasher vent, the cushion you just got up from, still warm. If temperature were really the goal, your bed would just be one option among many, and honestly, not even the best one. So something else is going on. In the animal kingdom, sleep is a liability. A sleeping creature can't watch for threats, can't flee, can't defend itself. That's true whether you're a wolf out in the wild or a golden retriever who's never spent a single night outdoors. The instinct doesn't know the difference. And yet, night after night, your dog walks past every quiet, hidden, safe corner of the house and chooses to lie down out in the open right beside a much larger animal. That's not a dog looking for a heat lamp. That's a dog making a decision. And the decision is this: out of every place in this house, you are the one I trust enough to be unconscious next to. Here's where it gets genuinely interesting, because this isn't just a nice feeling, it's measurable. When a dog is in physical contact with someone they're bonded to, their cortisol, the hormone the body releases under stress, drops. That's been shown in studies looking at how dogs respond physically to close contact with their owners. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. The same thing happens in reverse. Being close to a dog you're bonded with lowers your cortisol too. Your heart rate eases, your blood pressure drops just slightly, your whole nervous system quiets down a notch. In other words, when your dog curls up against your leg at 11 p.m., you're not just comforting them, you're regulating each other. Like two instruments slowly tuning to the same key. Over months and years of sleeping side by side, your dog essentially memorizes what calm you sounds and feels like. The rhythm of your breathing, the way your body goes slack when you're truly relaxed, that becomes their reference point. Hold on to that thought, because later when we talk about what happens if that pattern breaks, you'll understand exactly why it matters so much to them. Now, here's a fun experiment. Next time your dog settles in for the night, don't just notice that they're near you, notice where. Curled against your back, sprawled by the door, wedged right at your feet like a furry doorstop. That placement isn't random, it's a leftover blueprint from long before couches and central heating existed. Dogs descended from animals that slept in groups, and group sleep was never a total shutdown. Someone was always half-tuned to the environment, positioned to react. Your modern, thoroughly domesticated dog still carries that same operating system, even if they've never had to use it for anything more dangerous than the mail carrier. A dog camped near the bedroom door is essentially covering the entrance. A dog pressed into your back has taken the side you can't see. A dog at your feet is staged at the point they could react from fastest. Somewhere deep down, they know this is a bedroom and not a den in the wild, but instinct doesn't negotiate with logic. The message is simple. This human belongs to my group, and my group doesn't sleep unguarded. Would they actually do anything if something went wrong at 3 a.m.? Who knows? But in their own mind, they've already accepted the job. Nobody assigned it to them. They just showed up for the shift.
Now that you know where they sleep matters, let's talk about how. Because the shape your dog's body takes while they sleep next to you is basically a running commentary on how safe they feel in that exact moment. The tight curl, nose tucked near the tail, body folded in on itself. That's a defensive shape. It protects the belly, the single most vulnerable part of a dog's body. A dog who curls up near you is comfortable enough to be close, but some part of them is still keeping a layer of guard up. The trust is there, It just hasn't fully unclenched yet. The full sprawl. Legs out, belly exposed, body completely loose. This is the opposite end of the spectrum. Exposing the stomach goes against every defensive instinct a dog has. A dog who sleeps like this beside you has essentially switched those instincts off entirely. This isn't just relaxed. This is about as close as a dog can get to saying, "I am completely safe here." Turning their back to you trips people up the most. Owners sometimes read it as a cold shoulder. It's actually the opposite. Among social animals, turning your back on someone is one of the strongest trust signals there is. It means you're confident they don't need watching. Your dog rotating away from you at night isn't distance, it's a compliment wearing a disguise. And then there's the dog who wedges themselves into every available inch of space beside you, sometimes in positions that genuinely look uncomfortable for both of you. That's not clinginess. That's a dog closing the gap because, as far as they're concerned, there shouldn't be one. Left to their own devices, dogs are naturally wired to be most active around dawn and dusk, the hours their ancestors would have hunted. That rhythm has nothing to do with your 7 a.m. alarm or your Sunday sleep-in. And yet, dogs who are closely bonded to their owners gradually drift away from that ancestral schedule and adopt yours instead. They doze when you're occupied, they perk up as your routine shifts. They often anticipate your habits, the wind down before bed, the stretch before the alarm, with a timing that catches new owners off guard. Nobody trained this. Nobody sat a dog down and taught them your sleep schedule. It happens slowly, through nothing but sustained attention over months and years, until a rhythm shaped by thousands of years of evolution quietly reorganizes itself around one person. Not out of obligation, because being near you became the priority worth adjusting for. Ever come home after a genuinely rough day, said nothing to anyone, and found your dog glued to your side before you've even sat down? That's not a coincidence, and it's not just affection, though it's that too. It's your dog picking up on signals you didn't even know you were putting out. Dogs can detect shifts in human stress hormones through scent alone. Their nose is estimated to be tens of thousands of times more sensitive than ours. On top of that, they're reading your posture, your breathing pace, even small changes in your face, all at once, mostly without you ever noticing. This is exactly why the nightly ritual matters so much. Remember that baseline we talked about earlier? Every night your dog sleeps beside you, they're quietly updating it. Your resting heart rate, your normal breathing pattern, what your body feels like when you're genuinely at ease. So, when something is off, you're sick, you're stressed, you're grieving, you're distracted, they don't have to guess. They already have the data. That's why dogs so often become noticeably more attentive during the hardest stretches of someone's life. It isn't sentimentality, it's pattern recognition, built one night at a time. And now, the part I promised you at the start. A dog who has slept with you for years doesn't just stop for no reason. If that nightly closeness suddenly disappears, it's worth paying real attention to, especially in older dogs. The first thing to consider is physical health. Dogs instinctively pull away and seek solitude when they're in pain or feeling unwell. It's an old survival habit, rooted in not showing weakness. If your dog is suddenly avoiding their usual spot beside you, that can be their way of communicating something their body has no other language for. It's worth a call to the vet, not just a shrug. Beyond health, look at what's changed around them. A new person in the house, a new pet, a shift in routine that seems minor to you but registers as major to them. And sometimes the cause is emotional. Something startled them in that space, or they associate the bedroom with a moment that unsettled them, and they're creating distance to feel safe again. The pattern to remember is simple. Your dog chose to sleep beside you because out of everywhere in the world, you were the safest place they knew. If that changes, it's not stubbornness and it's not rejection, it's communication. So watch for it. And if they need help finding their way back to feeling safe, that's worth the effort, because that nightly closeness was never a small thing to them. Every curl, every sprawl, every dog who quietly turns their back to you at midnight, none of it is random. It's the oldest form of communication one species ever figured out how to give another. I trust you enough to be unconscious next to you. If you learned something about your own dog watching this, let me know in the comments what their usual sleep position is. I'm curious how many of you have a sprawler versus a curler. And if you want more videos digging into the real science behind everyday dog behavior, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.